How are you, ladies? You all look beautiful.
Thank you.
This is our chin. This is
Yes,
our time. This is our time, our lunch time. I'm so excited. We have a great show today because we have so much to cover. So ladies, during this pandemic, it has been very stressful for all of us. And, we have been talking a lot about that. And a lot of people has lost a loved one, a friend. And it has been a lot anxiety, and some more than others. And do you know the emotional suicidal hotline has increased in some states 40%. Wow. So let me rephrase that. How are you really, really feeling? And let's talk about that, because I know it's very casual. We always say, I'm fine. But how are you, ladies? How are you, Samantha, darling?
My emotions have been running the gamut. You want to know how I'm really feeling? I feel gratitude that I'm still alive, that I have a roof over my head, that I have food, that my husband has a job. I feel anxiety because I don't know what's happening. I feel manic productivity, just working all the time, which is great, but it's a bit much. I feel anger. I feel sadness. I lost my GP last week. My doctor died last Friday. I feel stress like everybody. I feel insomnia. I went 5 days without sleeping. And then, as you know, I've been staying home. So this Sunday, I went out for a little walk with my husband early in the morning, like 6 a.m. on Sunday. And it was only my third time out in 2 months.
Wow.
And this woman wasn't wearing a mask and she was jogging, and me and this other random guy started yelling at her. We're like, hey, put your mask on. And then 20 minutes later, I'm continuing to walk, and this young man walking around, no mask, and I flipped out. I went ballistic. I'm talking rage. I was like, where the F is your mask? What the F is wrong with you? How selfish a person can you possibly be? So I've been feeling everything.
But that's the anxiety that you are feeling, and we all feeling that. And I tell you that I was this weekend as well, walk in Central Park with my husband, and when I do not see someone with the mask, it's like a red flag. It's like, oh, why this person doesn't have it, So
Yeah.
it have changed something in us. Even we wanted to recognize it or not. And how are you, Dilena? How are you feeling?
Well, I have to say I have a new appreciation for Sonia, because for the past 6, 7, 8 weeks, I've been a part-time mom position, taking care of my nephews. And I have found out just how exhausting and exhilarating and rewarding it is to take care of a child. And it's been a really amazing experience, kind of, when they want to do things that you're asking them to do, it's great. Not so much when you ask them to do something and they don't want to do it. I've seen, kids fall out on the floor in the middle of the day and just start screaming. I've wiped a lot of heinies. Okay, I've wiped 2, but hey, I did it, and they're not my kids. I just want to say to all the mothers out there, I have such appreciation for you. You women are fantastic, super women, all our mothers, every mother out there. I don't know how you do it, because I'm only doing it 4 or 5 hours a day, and it's a challenge.
To the moms.
Yeah, right? To the moms. It's the most difficult job there ever. And, being 24/7 with my husband home, and we have to cook twice a day, and we have to clean and all this. And it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm cleaning and cooking all the time.
Yes.
And then I said to my husband, imagine my grandmother who has 15 children. Imagine that. And I said, baby, you are my only baby. And imagine. So it's like, wow, it's amazing. How are you, Sonia? Tell me about your experience. How are you feeling?
Thank you, Dilena. Imagine when your nephews get to be a teenager, young adult, they get even like 100 times more difficult. So I'm so glad you're having this experience, and I hope everybody else has, so they can understand me when I cannot make it, and then, you know, all the things going on. But in terms of the everything that's happening,
Mental health.
their mental health, I feel myself particularly, I'm in a way, I kind of like I'm enjoying that the world is becoming greener, that there is so much beauty behind this pain. And every time that when I feel anxiety and everything and anything like this, I just focus on something positive, which is the environment where the whales are back, the dolphins. You can see the Everest, the top of the Everest now from the city far away. So I try to focus on this. What in terms of I'm trying to be away from anxiety, because I think our mental, we are much more stronger than the news. The news are driving us crazy.
Yes.
We should stop watching the news and take our own you know, like go to the park, enjoy, do picnic, read. And what really makes me feel is anger about all the misinformation out there. The government is fighting, and so that it's like.
So what misinformation do you think is out there? What are you talking about?
All kind of information. It's like confusing people in terms of medicine, and we don't really know what is true and what is not.
I agree with Sonia. I yell at the television all the
I prefer
time.
not to watch the news and enjoy things for myself and my family, and you know, being responsible, I'm being respectful with other people. Although I do not really believe that the mask is going to do anything, but I'm being very, very respectful, because I feel like some people like Samantha can panic, and so just because of that, I'm being respectful. But I honestly don't think it works, the mask.
So you have the virus, right? Sonia, can you share your experience with us?
Well, I believe we got the virus because, as I said, I have like two young, teenagers, I would say, and we had my house full of kids. I went to Madison Square Garden, you know, right on, like before they shut everything, was like 100,000 people. And we came home and we really felt like, you know, with all the symptoms. And I did what I had to do, and I felt good with my family. And I don't want to, like, you know, say names here because I don't want to be contradictory.
Yeah, but so how do you think is you do not believe in mask? So then how do you think this virus, can you protect yourself from the virus? And how do you think the virus get contagious?
Well, I do think we have to be careful, because I believe everybody's going to end up getting the virus, but I think we have to get in a small scale. So we have to be indoors, but we also cannot like just be freaking out about everything, because it doesn't matter. You're going to get it.
How do you think we are going to get the virus, in your opinion?
I think in supermarkets, when you're gonna go buy something, you're gonna end up getting it, or eventually somehow at some point we have to get out of the house, and eventually you're gonna get, and your body is gonna, you know.
No, but you know what? The statistics are showing that. And the statistics are showing that the people that are in front line right now, they have not get the virus. People who really get the virus is the people that are home, because they are like, oh, I'm safe, I'm home, they are not taking care of each other. But the in frontline workers that they are there working for all of us, they are being precautioned. They have gloves, they have the mask, you know, they're keeping social distancing, and they are not the one who is getting sick.
Well, I think, commenting on that, I think that it's important. Sonia said that she doesn't think that the mask will work. What I fear is that people will use the mask and say, since I have a mask on, I'm safe. It's still
nobody's safe. Yeah.
Well, you know, some people will say, oh, since I have a mask on, I can go hug whomever I want. I think it's still important to maintain our social distance. It's important, you know, when you're in a public place, try not to touch things. Try not to touch your face. It's important to remember to wash your hands. It's like I came in today. Don't worry, I wasn't out at the store. I was just at a birthday party for my nephew, whose house I go to every day. And I washed my hand for like 5 seconds. And my mom said to me, hey, you got to wash for 20. It's about keeping up the vigilance. I think that's the most important thing. Yeah. People have gotten to a point, they're so tired of dealing with this. You're like, I don't want to wear the mask anymore, but we still have to be vigilant. Until the day we have a vaccine or a cure, this is going to keep happening.
Yeah, and that it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon.
Yeah.
So we need to learn, and the beauty about all the human race is we adapt each other. I don't know if you ladies saw a post I put on my Instagram in Kindness School, where there is circle 6 feet apart from each other, where you can be in one circle and do a picnic and another picnic. This is wonderful. We are trying to find a way to survive with this pandemic because we are human. What doesn't kill us make us stronger. And trust me, nothing is going to stop us. We're going to move forward, okay? We're always moving forward. So I can tell you at the beginning, how do I feel at the beginning? I was extremely stressful because my family is in Venezuela. And I was so stressed with all my family. And because of the government there, and I was afraid about the medical issues there, is not working. But I am so thankful they are okay, everybody's healthy. So that gives me momentum. And also, I have been meditating a lot. Thanks to Dr. Chopra, and I did the 21 Days of Abundance. And I know you ladies are doing it as well. Samantha, how's that going for you?
No, it's been great. It's been wonderful to think about some topics in a new way. And it's been nice to have a daily meditation practice. It's been really useful. I personally like gong therapy. So my cousin does one on Instagram and the studio like every 3 days. And that makes you feel like a new person. I love that. But I'm very happy that I did this process.
Yes.
Thanks, Dr. Chopra.
Definitely. I thank you to Dr. Chopra too, because it has kept my sanity. And also I wanted to tell you that, a lot of people, do you know that 1 out of 5 people has mental conditions? So with this pandemic and this lockdown, it have increased. So there is a lot going on, and also domestic violence, which I would love to talk about it in the next show. And next week about it, how it's affecting so many women where they have no way to go. But with that said, ladies, besides the lockdown, I know that we have been trying to keep our sanity, but also we are trying to keep productivity, right? We're trying to be productive. So very quick, we only have a few minutes, very quick. What have you ladies have accomplished the most right now during the pandemic?
Sonia, what are you doing? Because you always have something interesting going on.
Like one thing. I know that we are all doing so many things, but just one thing.
I published my books. 2 books.
Wonderful. Wow. It's a children's book. Yes.
Yay.
You can find it in Amazon.
Yes.
Right?
Cheers to you.
What about you, darling? Samantha?
I learned to grow my own food.
Yes, that's very important right now. We need to grow
my own food.
What about you?
Well, I wrote a script a couple of years ago, and I am putting together a Zoom reading of the script. So look for that to happen soon. You'll all get an invite, and it should be a lot of fun.
Oh, wonderful. Well, for me was learning more about meditation and also this show. So,
yes.
So that was born for it. So
that's great.
Well, it's already time to go, ladies. But before we go, do we have any birthday going on? Any birthday? Anyone who want to wish happy birthday? I wanted to wish happy birthday to Belinda Haller. She's a fabulous friend in California, in Los Angeles. And Alexa Mansour, she's an artist and she played in Mi Amor Gala before. And so, happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday.
From Sexy Stars. And what about you, Dilena? Who do you want to?
As I mentioned, I just came from my 3-year-old's birthday party. My nephew turned 3 today. So happy birthday, Chad Duke. I'm so glad you liked your
birthday, Chad. Wonderful. Thank you, lady. Thank you all for watching. And let's let's check on someone. It's just such a difficult time. So checking with a friend and loved ones so they don't feel so isolated. And stay home, stay safe. Besitos.